Oh, welcome to Make Me Good at Golf, a golfing podcast where three friends get together and try and improve at the game of golf. And we're inviting you along for the ride. Joining me today, Mr. 71.
Good to see you, mate.
Fleming.
Good to see you, mate.
Mr. I don't know why that's funny. Mr. 43, Peter Hellier.
Thank you. And we have an old-fashioned hat off, don't we? We've got our FootJoy hats on.
Now I'm long ball Lehmo, aka Mr. 300.
The hatless long ball Lehmo.
I had a haircut yesterday, so I'm trying to show it off.
Because there was a bit of fuzziness, wasn't there?
You inspired me. Flem told me I was turning into a long-haired lout.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because my hair was almost a centimetre long.
I know. You almost started to get off the course, hippie.
I thought it was Tex Walker. You're our Tex Walker.
Have you gone with the little fade as well? Is it a little
I've
fade?
got a fade, yes.
The kids are loving that.
Kids are loving a fade.
You didn't go for the draw?
No. I went this is one thing I love about the World Cup, if we can get distracted for one sec. My hairdresser's from Iraq, and he was just banging on about Iraq's game yesterday. He was like, they threw it away, the opportunities. But he loves Graham Arnold as the coach of Iraq.
Oh, is he the coach?
Yeah.
Of Iraq, yeah.
He's loving it. He said going into that game yesterday, they said, how are you going to approach the game against Spain? And he said, can we have three goalkeepers? So not bad from Graham Arnold.
Not bad. And do we have a long history of Iraqi Aussie coaches?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
No.
I think he's the first.
I think it might.
Before we get into that, we maybe introduce our guests. Before we delve more into the Iraqi football team. It is.
A man who we've welcomed onto the podcast many, many times in the past. And it's time for a check-in with BioJack.
BioGolf. Well
Hello,
done.
gentlemen. I've been following you guys along for the last few months and seeing your progress. So.
BioJack from BioGolf, of course. Well, what have you made of our progress?
It's like regular golf. It's very up and down at the moment, I think, and that's pretty much par for the course anyway. But yeah, I'm assuming the exercises that I've sent you guys have been done every day. Like
yes. Absolutely.
You saw us before we started recording.
That's true.
We've got a nice space
very well this morning.
We often do a little yoga session here
before we go on air.
Before a BioJack yoga session before we get started.
Absolutely. There's one episode where we kept Enya playing in the background and we had to re-record the whole episode because we forgot to turn the music off.
That's right.
Jeez, it was very peaceful though.
It's very peaceful.
Oh, yeah.
The Orinoco was flowing.
Unlike our golf.
Just the occasional back crack is all you heard.
Yeah. But we would BioJack, we would love to. No worries. BioJack, we would love to talk to you about the mental side of golf in particular today because it's a big part of golf. And there's certainly, I think we all have our mental health, on the golf course. It's obviously very good for mental health, obviously.
Yes.
But there's also, that doesn't mean there's not mental struggles on the golf course. I think there's one of us in particular who needs some help, particularly around the greens.
I thought it was me.
But before we get to Lehmo's putting woes, because it's, wow, there's a whole story there.
It's like his hair cut short.
Take us through let's take us through a snapshot. Like often, occasionally I'll play a bad shot, believe it or not, BioJack. How do I turn, let's say you on the first tee, I've sliced into the trees, often happens. How do I make sure that bad hole doesn't turn into a bad round?
Well, it's the best way to think about anything to do with a shot is what happens on one shot does not dictate what's going to happen on the next shot, right? You've got to learn that process in your head very, very quickly because if you slice it into the trees, which is very unlike you having the perfect golf body, but when you do slice in the trees, just because you did it, you weren't intending to do that, for example. You weren't intending to slice it out off the face. So when you set up for your next shot, you shouldn't set up left of the fairway assuming you're going to slice it again. Yes. You're just going to go through your process and go through that whole aspect. And really having the process and practicing the process in sessions, in your training on the range, and then in your pre-shot routine. And having a pre-shot routine is really important. So once you step up to hit the ball, the only thing you're thinking about is hitting that ball. That's me.
Okay, I want to talk about the pre-shot routine though, because we're speaking about this. There's absolutely, you need a pre-shot routine, but we speak about playing faster golf and not being on a tee box for too long. How do you make sure your pre-shot routine is not draining the energy from not just your group, but from the entire course?
Because we have played, to give you some perspective here, We have all played in recent times with people who'll take 3 practice swings on every shot.
3, 6.
And then they'll go back and then they'll line it up again. And then they'll come back and they'll do another practice swing.
So hence, long ball has a new title and is commissioner of the golf police.
Golf police.
I like that.
It's not on. And it annoys me.
But the balance between impatience and then, as Pete said, making sure that your mental side is right for that shot.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it. And yes, the other side of golf for the amateur generally is let's play fast golf. Let's play moving golf because you don't want to hold up people behind you. Everyone's got a set time they can play. And that does factor in. And there's a difference between that and obviously playing on tour as well. But the argument could be said, if you have a solid pre-shot routine and you do all your work, the argument of train hard, fight easy, they do in boxing or UFC or anything, where you train really, really hard all your processes so that they're ingrained in your head. And Flem, I'm sure this is experience with you previously as well. And then when you step up, you don't have to think about any of it. So if you have a good pre-shot routine, you plan and visualize for the actual shot you're going to hit, not only how it leaves the tee, how it looks in the air and how it's going to land. Then when you step up and execute it, if you execute it well, you're actually saving time because you're not hitting out of the trees on your next shot. So there's that back and forth of both. But I think we all have been stuck behind someone who's taken 6 practice swings. And I'm sure on tour, there's a lot of people who do take a little bit extra time and slow things down.
Yeah.
That must be frustrating.
Even more than the practice swings, you know what gets me is the hovering over the ball. You know, like they're just there and they're this, like, what are you thinking about? Like, all that thinking should have been done. Am I right?
Yeah, in my opinion, yes. But then there is the aspect of the yips as well, which is a very different process. And people can get stuck in that frame. But in my mind, if you train hard enough beforehand and you execute your processes, you're going to have a good setup.
What do you classify as yips?
Being unable to make a judgment on when you're going to actually strike.
Always short with putts.
That's a different process, actually.
Is this an intervention?
It's feeling.
We're having a putting intervention with long ball.
We played the other day, Jack, at Sandhurst, and of the 18 holes, I reckon my putt fell short 17 times. And the time
And he didn't complete the 18th.
And the time it didn't fall short, my chip was an inch from the hole, so I could just tap it in.
It was a good putt, that one.
It's good not to leave that one short.
Yeah.
No, you'd have to say you are, and most amateurs probably are short, but long ball's short all the time.
It's disgraceful.
It's staggering. And the thing is, like, we call him long ball. He's a great driver. His golf is in really
He's
good shape.
short ball putter.
If he can get across his putting, like BioGolf, this is your opportunity to bring him down from 16 to
Single figures.
to single figures. Because it's I guess it's quite clear when you play with him. It is the biggest deficiency in his game.
So my question to this before we get into why you always go short, but what's your pre-shot routine for your putt? Talk me through it. Exactly.
My pre-shot routine is I'll rest the putter on the ground behind the ball so it's pointing in the right direction. So I'll just rest it in my hand to start with. And then I'll get my stance into place. Then I'll grab the putter and then I'll think to myself, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up.
There is one other element to his pre-shot routine for putting. He always says, "What's this putt doing?" I think, is it left to right? And you go, it's not left to right.
You are in the
green.
But he does, doesn't he? He always goes, "What's this putt doing?"
I really struggle to read greens.
That was going to be my next question, because why does your pre-shot routine start when your hand's on the putter? Pre-shot routine should start when you're lining up your putt, going through that whole process.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. No,
I would even argue your pre-shot routine starts when you're walking to the green.
Yes.
Yep.
Looking at other people's, when they've chipped on, anything to see from that. Where the contours of the green, where the
But Pete, you've started to use your feet a bit. Have you found that helps to a degree?
Yeah, no, I have. I can usually read where the putts are going, whether I go long or I don't. I'm struggling going straight at the moment for some reason, but
see, I love it if someone's behind me who's got the same putting on, then I can watch. Then I can just watch that. Putt.
I get very excited when I get a read.
That is good.
That's good. But what I will do now is I've started feeling the grass to see which way the grain goes.
Okay, is that helping?
Yes, yeah, it does actually.
Is it?
Yeah. So you can feel if the grass is growing that way or if it's
we
that way.
literally just played yesterday, and you.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, it's on the reading of it. So
the reading of
better.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
To see if it's going to go left to right or right to left.
Okay.
Or if it's not going to go much at all.
So do you struggle with visualizing distance and
I obviously struggle with. I think I struggle with judging it.
yeah.
But it's
a very
just
interesting
always.
thing.
But I just feel like I always choke at the end of my. I just can't get it through.
can't.
Definitely.
I can't get a proper swing.
We talked
through.
about it, didn't we? It decelerates.
Yeah. It's interesting because
Isn't
if
it,
you,
Lehmo?
if you
Yes. Yeah. No follow through.
Yeah.
And I just, no matter how many times I tell myself, I just choke on
it's
it at the
hard.
last second.
because if you said before, you struggle a little bit with reading distance and things like that
Yeah.
as well. But if you were confident in your shot and knowing exactly the weight you need to get that. So if I set you up here and I said to you, I want you to hit a ball 10 foot, do you think you could do that?
Probably.
Do you think you could hit it 20 foot?
Well, probably.
And you could consistently hit it. Like if you had 3 balls and you hit 10 foot 3 times, 20 foot 3
I
times,
think
30 foot 3 times.
probably if I wasn't putting into a hole.
Yeah.
So that
on
if
an
you could
actual
do
green.
that, that's how I'd practice anyway for you first. But
Yeah.
I would actually question whether you visually know what 10 foot is. That's what we do as well. We
Right.
assess
Okay.
Visually. So
Yeah.
there's 2 tests we can do. We can
Sure.
get a ball, put it 10 foot out, get you to close your eyes, walk out and drop it and see if you know you can actually
right,
hit it.
okay.
And a lot of people end up short with that because they read it incorrectly.
Jack, what distance would the pros be 50-50 from? How many feet?
Be a question for Josh, I believe. The from 10 feet?
Yeah.
10 feet, I'd say 50. Close-ish.
Yeah.
Less. 7 feet.
Yeah,
There we
so
go.
it's our expectations that we should be sinking a lot more than we should too, but you don't want to be 3-putting.
No. And that's the next question I would have. You've left everything short from what I'm hearing. You've
Yes.
left everything short
Yeah.
the last
Yep.
few days.
Yeah.
And when you said you were
Last few
feeling
years.
lastly a little while, but when you were saying you're feeling the grain, yes, it might help you read, but it's not helping.
It's not helping the distance. But the other one, and this might speak to my inability to judge distances properly, whenever I'm chipping on from close range,
Mm-hmm.
I'll also, so let's say I'm 5 feet off the green and the flag's 20 feet onto the green. So I've got a 25-foot shot.
Yeah.
Right? I'll hit it 10 feet.
What would happen if you hit it 30 feet? Would it be disastrous?
But then I'll say to myself, right, every chip shot now has to go past the hole. Even when I say that, I still can't get it to the hole.
Yeah.
Or I'll chip it past the hole and off the green.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, that's another aspect we got to add into it as well. But you've mentioned that you cannot, it's almost something in your body that's stopping you accelerating through.
Yes.
So that is a mental thing, right? That's the side of it. And
So what do I do to address that?
well, I think having consistency with knowing that you've read the putt correctly is number one. So having a good pre-shot routine would mean that it'll give you confidence. I think as well, treat the green like you would treat any other shot on the course. Look for a danger. If there's danger short, or if short's going to be a tough putt to get there, you're never going to give it a chance to get in the hole. But if there's no danger at the back, why are you not hitting it 3 foot past?
Yeah.
I don't want you to hit 3 foot past, but I'm just saying.
But I know what you mean. I've got to.
Because I think the whole aspect, but this doesn't factor in just from putting. If you had a pre-shot routine that was stuck from driver all the way through, you would never have to worry about decelerating because it's a process by that point. Your movement pattern stops you there. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And we've got to stop that movement pattern stopping you.
All right.
Solved.
So problem solved. I'll get to work on it.
Do we want to look at our swings?
Yeah.
For an update?
Yes.
That would be good
I
because
think-
BioGolf, you saw very early iterations of our swings, and I think there's been some developments. And I want to get your thoughts on all of our swings, actually.
And
because-
obviously, Titleist, our wonderful sponsor, have looked after us with clubs. So in particular with the driver, I just think you're hitting it 20, 30 metres further, Pete.
Yes.
Yes. No, I think I am. And also, Dale Lynch, super coach, he, because I was thinking a lot about my left hand and where my fingers were, and sorry, I might start it again. I was thinking a lot about my hand, the club being across my right hand fingers, and I wasn't even thinking about this, and I've kind of adjusted my left hand to become more across. So the old two Vs going up the other things. And I think that has actually made my driving a bit better. It's just a grip.
Yeah. Let's. Who have you got there, Rob?
Yeah, who we got?
Okay, here we go. This is speed golf. This is the first time. I'm not even wearing a glove.
What are you doing, Pete?
How far are we into the round?
This is the first shot.
First shot.
Yeah.
So warmed up really,
Very
really well.
tight.
Yeah.
No. This is the 7th, the par 3.
Oh, the 7th. It is the 7th, actually.
with a driver.
Yeah.
I wanted to go through the trees over the water, but I ended up playing accidentally Coward's Corner, which is out to the left.
Went around the
I think
It was a nice shot. It was actually
it was a
a
good
nice shot
shot.
to the left.
Was it what you intended to do?
I wanted to go through the trees.
Yep,
So
same.
it wasn't what I intended, but it was
a
actually
good result.
It was
That's
a good
probably-
result.
yeah,
It was a good lucky result.
The no, the movement was good. Your hands are looking nice and not attached to the body, which I like. It's moving very freely.
Yep.
One thing that we noticed the first time I saw you was you had the perfect golf body. You were able to control your core really nicely.
Thank you.
You still got that, which is good. It's actually looking a little bit freer. Love it.
Good.
Maybe
I
not
do feel better. The other thing I've been doing is getting my shoulder up, my leading shoulder
Yep.
up, and I think that's also kind of helped in just recent weeks.
Yeah. Pete's famous for controlling his core.
He's got it. Use it while you got it.
All right, who have we got here? This is me with a 3-wood, same
ball.
hole.
You could get it on.
I'm
here.
going straight over.
There's
The
old famous
squatting's
squat.
important.
Only the one squat.
Maybe that does help. Just the
Just
one
play.
squat.
And I got to say,
You just
I couldn't have hit a better 3-wood.
that looked
It was a
great.
cracker. It was a cracker.
It was dead straight, and ended up in the bunker. Hit it too
You hit
far.
it that far.
Did too well. No, that was good. The thing that you did at the start, that little tuck squat thing, right? What
Yes.
that does, it actually stable or neutralizes the pelvis. So
That's
you're not too tight.
I've been saying that for years. See,
Yeah.
guys, that's why I do it.
But should he be doing 6 of them?
Yeah, for speed of play, I don't think that's going to help you go any faster.
But you did one there
I
and just
generally do
smashed
one.
it.
Just
Yeah.
one. Well, with speed golf.
Do you do that
Or
on the
sometimes
putting
it's
green
three.
as well?
I don't squat.
You should.
Maybe we should start. Okay.
Start
Putting.
squatting on
Yeah.
the putting green.
Yes.
Just the one and then
Can't
putt.
squat. I'm not squatting on the
squat
putting
and
green.
Bring the squatting to
I'm
the
not.
green.
There are some things.
There are some rules at some clubs. No squatting on the greens.
Even if it was better for my game, you know how it's like in basketball. You know how the underarm free throw is more reliable, and everyone knows it, but no one does
You're
it.
not going to do it.
Yeah.
That'd be like the squat. I'm not going to do it. This would look ridiculous.
All right, we got me, Rob.
But did this
sorry.
Okay.
I feel like my swing is quite tight.
Well, I'll tell you
I don't
what
feel like
is-
I don't feel like it's particularly loose.
everything, when you did that little squat, everything dissociated lower body, your hips got into a really neutral position, so it was good. And it meant that you're never going to get to end range with anything you do down here. But the same thing that I noticed the first time I saw you, you have a very short backswing. So you
Yeah.
end up here, you don't have any sort of fluidity in the
Yes.
forearms. That's where you're getting tired. And we know that you've got stiffness in certain ways, but you've actually got good mobility in other ways. So we want to unlock the good mobility that you have.
So with
Yeah.
him, though, shorter backswing, he's long ball.
yeah. So what can you do?
He
if
hits it a long way.
What can you do if he extends it a little bit as well?
I can't get any further.
Oh wow!
I'm not sure that's
Long
possible.
ball might be double.
Long ball could be very long ball.
I mean, that would be incredible if you could hit further than you're hitting, to be honest.
Yeah. Long ball. All right.
That's Mr. Fleming.
What's this?
And this is a
hole?
par 3
time as any.
from Sandhurst yesterday. So we've got the tracker on this one.
I'm trying to remember what hole this is.
This is the 10th, I think.
Is that where I'm short to the right?
I'm
is that the birdie?
you
I've got a birdie.
You,
Yeah.
Not
you
bad.
pin high there.
That's only 110 metres.
Oh, there's a short par
And you
3,
broke
yes.
my tee.
Good. I feel like I've seen that hat before, Flem. The the movement is good as well. The one thing that I remember when we first connected was how you found it really difficult to slow yourself down in the backswing, so you ended up having a quick transition,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
meant
yeah.
everything was coming over the top. You're getting better with that now. It's looking like it's opening up a little bit more.
I'm
but
still
you're
fighting that
You're still
massively.
fighting it. Yeah.
Every round.
You can see you getting up there, but it's still getting to that point, and the whole body's moving as one.
So I'm
we-
trying not to go over the top as much.
Good.
Definitely.
Flem is the annoying thing about playing Flem is he makes very few mistakes. Well, when we're playing in
Yeah.
little competitions, and,
Which is bad for comedy.
It's bad for comedy. But what's interesting about Flem, like I think, like Sam Torn said to me, I'm not sure if he's expressed this to you guys. He goes, "I have the best looking swing,
He
or the
does.
the smoother swing, but it's
Yeah.
not getting. I don't get the distance that these guys get, and I think particularly like Flem has a bit of a like he really hoiks it. You almost step back when you play through your shot. You're almost taking a step back. And it feels a lot more like a cricket shot than a golf
It's
shot.
dying over
Yeah.
for one day.
Yeah, it is. You almost open it up. Like, so how's he getting away with that?
Yeah.
is my question.
Because I'm trying to get on my front foot and get through.
You're right.
So that is a cricket shot. Through the covers.
Yeah, but the results are always there. I wouldn't be changing it. But
Yeah.
Well, the argument again, it's what matters at the end of the day is getting the ball in the hole in the fewest strokes possible. And if you have good course management, you're able to get away with it. I don't think your swing's that bad, by the way. I think that's a bit rough from Pete. But the
put a little bit of mayo on it, but yeah.
And I go through at the moment. I'm just going. I'm not going to try and hit it maximum distance. I'm just going to hit a fade off the tee.
Yep. And if you've
so
got
it's
that
still going a long enough distance, and it's on the fairway that I'm in the game.
And I would the argument I would have between yourself, Flem, and Lehmo, when you're on the green or close to the green, is Flem's probably thinking about where he wants his ball to end up on the green as well, not just from the first putt, maybe even the second putt around that too. Whereas yourself, if you want to get on the green, that's great, but he's able to think about, how he can get that putt closer, how he can get that short game shot closer, and things like that as well. And if you can, the example I used before was like leave yourself in not a dangerous pot, right? So if you've got a water hazard right of the green and you're fading it all day, you're probably not going to aim for the pin if it's on that tucked right side, right? You're going to aim left side, keep your ball out that way to keep it away. You should be thinking about that with your putts as well.
When I'm approaching the green, I always think to myself, I just want to be within 4 putts of the hole.
It's about 6 foot.
What about you, Pete? What do you think? How your last round you handed in 43 gone down?
Yeah, I've come
massively.
down to 22.2.
You should be able to play off 18.
Well, it's funny what you're saying about where you want to put the ball. I'm still a little bit maybe this last few weeks I've been going, okay, where can I confidently say I'm going to put the ball? And it doesn't happen. It only happens probably 10% of the time. But I do feel like my alignment is there. Sometimes even I'm hitting, hybrids and I'm hitting them, too far left. And I think I'm having trouble lining up, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, if you're playing a certain shot shape or like a ball flight, if you're fading it or you're drawing it, you might try and set up a little bit differently with your feet position. But the biggest thing we say in the rehab world is time under tension, right? So time under load. So the more time you spend trying to hit those sort of targets and things like that off course as well or on the range, we'll just make it a little bit easier and we'll change that movement pattern. See, you've got to remember that like when you create a movement pattern, it's really hard to ever forget that. So if you come over the top or you open the face massively on your swing, it's always in your brain. You're always going to go back to it. But what we try and do is train a new movement pattern, for example. Yeah. And then when you train it enough, that movement pattern becomes number one, but you still have the other ones back there. So when things go wrong. But I think the biggest thing is talking about that pre-shot routine we said before, and having a pre-shot, even a post-shot routine is really important too. But doing all the analysis, all the maths in your head about where you want the ball to go, everything that happens is before you even walk to the ball. And then once you do, you action it. If I took a tour player and TPI has done this, Titleist Performance Institute have done this, where they measure the time from when a player steps on to when they actually swing the club. Every single player basically is within 0.5 of a second of themselves. So if they take 15 seconds to get up and hit the ball, if they measured 100 times, they'd be within 0.5 of them. So their pre-shot routine is that honed in that once they get up, once they've done all the assessment with their caddy and they've figured it out, as soon as they take that step forward, the shot clock is on and it doesn't change.
Back to you, Pete. Do you line up something just in front of the ball and line your body to it and hit over it?
No, I've done that with chipping.
Okay.
But not actually with longer shots, no.
I think you could do worse than do that.
Okay.
One thing I'm really good at is if I have to chip onto a green over a bunker, I'm really good at visualising the ball going into the bunker and then the ball going into the bunker.
Yeah, you nail it almost every time.
It's a real skill.
That's a win.
It's an underappreciated skill.
Yeah. Something actually that happened yesterday with you, Liam. Long ball Lehmo, his legacy is
his balls are long,
carved in stone now. His balls are long. But you had one shot where you basically absolutely shanked it, and you said afterwards, I said to myself, I'm going to hit the shit out of this ball, and it's like. I was like, why would you tell yourself that? You are hitting the ball like whatever you do normally. Just like if I hit the ball like that, I would be like, just do that. Rinse and repeat. Like, why did you kind of step out the?
Because I felt I could hit it further.
Greedy.
What gave you that confidence?
Greedy.
What was the...
I think I'd hit a couple of good drives before that. And I thought, well, this time I'm just going to put a bit more into it.
So you hit some good drives. You moved well to hit those good
Yeah.
drives. And you thought, I need to change what I'm doing
Yeah.
to
To
get
hit
a
it even
better
further.
outcome.
So then I tried really hard and I just shanked it and hit it about 50 metres.
Most players are their own worst enemies because that's the conversation. And like when we're working with a player who's come from a PGA coach as well, often it's described as that. It's like they're their own
And
worst
you
enemies.
just get ahead of yourself.
Mm.
It's so often like the best shots I ever hit around the course, like in between the tee and the green, are when I just say to myself, just relax and don't try and in fact, barely try and hit the ball. And then you just
Yeah.
efficient.
No,
Efficiency is
I agree.
key.
What happens when we awake at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking about either the round we've just played or the round we're about to play? Is there anything we can do to actually help our golf in those hours?
Honestly, the
Aside
best
from
thing you can
sleeping.
do is sleep. Yes.
sleeping pills.
Just go to sleep and stop thinking about it. Colin Morikawa has his coach Rick Sessenhouse did a lot of work on the mental side of the game as well. And they used to do a post-shot routine where it's like, you can say one positive, you can say one negative, and then you can say a final positive after the shot.
Okay.
It's really funny to see it happen in action when they've just shanked it into the water, for example, because it's really hard to find something positive to say about that shot. But in regards to that, it's the shot that you just hit. We said this before. The shot that you just hit has no bearing on what's happening on the next shot. You don't change your next shot based on what happened, because once the ball has left the club face, you cannot give it any more information. All the information that you are going to give to that ball is already gone by that stage.
Even if you yell at it.
Even if you yell at it,
Wow.
you can swear at it, you can do what you want. It's never going to change it. So
because I've tried to straighten a few up in my time.
Yeah, the putts go in,
Hasn't
go
worked.
in, go in.
Yesterday, perfect example. Yesterday, so I hit a great drive on a par 5, and then I get at the 5 wood on the fairway, slice it into the water,
This
And
was
then
the
I
worst
go-
of long ball, wasn't
and
it?
then I go,
Yeah.
and Flem says, "No, you can take your penalty from down there. You're way closer to the hole." I said, "No, it can't be stuffed. I'm just going to play the exact same shot again here." So I throw a second ball down. Couldn't have hit a better 5 wood. Sits on the edge of the green. To me, in my mind, I played the exact same shot twice.
Yeah.
One that ended up in the water.
Yeah.
The other one ended up on the edge of the green.
Yep.
Why?
Yep. Well, if we took a video of you from the front on view and looked at that, we had this conversation before about things you think you're doing a certain movement and keep everything stable. When I try and build an exercise program for you, what I'm trying to do is build you a repeatable body for a repeatable swing. Because if we can take a variable out, which is your body, and say, let's keep that as close to the similar every single time, then we're good, right? At least that takes one variable out of our swing.
Yeah.
But if I took a video of you and I said, let's look at both of those, I reckon there would be 2 completely different body positions on that, despite the fact they felt the same for you.
Yeah.
And what we need to do is train that so it becomes more normal.
There's nothing better when you fluff a shot, like a complete, 10 meters, 15 meters, and then the next shot you smoke is just like, and the thing I always focus on when that happens is just I breathe. I just take a breath and I loosen the hands on the ground. It's almost all I try to do. And I think I have a reasonably success rate at actually playing a much better shot the next
If I had to
time.
give one bit of advice to any amateur golfer, it would be, and it doesn't matter what handicap they are, it would be relax your forearms and your hands. Basically the only grip strength I wanted to have on the grip is if it was the friction or there was super glue on your hands, that idea, that's all the club is sitting there. The rest of the time, be relaxed.
Yeah.
Because if you're not relaxed, you're going to get into a lot of trouble.
It's a challenge sometimes to stay relaxed.
So,
There's certainly plenty still to
well, we're doing a bit of work today, aren't we?
We are, yep.
Yeah,
So
what will be the focus, you reckon?
We're going to work now. I'm actually going to add in some visual stuff for you guys as well, because I need to check Lehmo's eyes more than anything and make sure he can actually see. And make sure he's
I mean, they are squinty eyes.
We'll make sure the big thing about is also learning how people learn, how they adapt to what we try and teach them. And
Most are visual, aren't they?
some are visual. Yeah, a lot of people are visual, but some people learn by feel, some people learn by building, all these sorts of different aspects. So we'll do a little bit of work on that. We're going to do a lot of long ball stuff today. We've got a special guest coming on today as well, which will be great. And we're going to work a little bit on the mental side and shot selection, I think, as well. Would be a good one to do today.
All right, we need to get into it.
Bring
you
it
know
on.
why?
All right.
We need to make me
Good at.
Go.
Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, guys.